Welcome students, myself Umesh Kumar Sharma from Arya College of Engineering and IT. Today we are going to discuss the topic photoresist and reactive ion etching. Photoresist. The photosensitive compound used in microelectronics is called photoresist. Photoresists are used to transfer the pattern onto the substrate. For transferring the pattern, radiation should strike the photoresist and it must change the properties of material in such a way that the exact replica of the mask is left on the surface of buffer. Kind of photoresist. There are mainly kinds of photoresist: positive photoresist and negative photoresist. The positive photoresist respond to the light in such a way that exposed region dissolve more quickly during development process, while unexposed region remains unchanged. While negative photoresist respond in opposite manner, they respond to the light in such a way that unexposed region dissolve more quickly during development process, while exposed region remain unchanged. Positive photoresist have best resolution and therefore they are much popular for IC fabrication. Requirements of photoresist. The photoresist chosen for lithography need to satisfy certain requirements. First is the photoresist must be sensitive to light at the ultraviolet range but insensitive to lower frequencies, example yellow and red light. This enables buffer alignment which requires skills manual operation so be done in good visibility. Second is it should have a fine line definition capability so that the image of the mask pattern can be transferred with high fidelity, which is should be able to retain during all subsequent processing while it is still present on the buffer. Third is on which synthesized on exposure to the particular energy from that it is susceptible to the exposed resist would undergo chemical changes. In a negative resist, the exposed resist would polymerize and harden and would generally become chemically inert. In a positive resist, the exposed region would tend to depolymerize and it is the unexposed region that would be relatively chemically inert. We will refer to the chemically inert part of resist as hard resist and the remaining part as soft resist for convenience. Fourth is the hard resist should bind strongly to the substrate or layer below. At the same time, the soft resist should be easily removable from the buffer surface. This process of resist removal is called resist development. In analogy with development as used in the context of photographic film. Fifth is since resist serve to delineate pattern, they are interpret between high temperature unit process step when the resist is exposed to the appropriate energy source according to the mask pattern and the soft resist removed and etching process or ion bombardment process is usually done. The hard resist must be able to withstand this process without losing its line fidelity. At the same time, resist are generally low temperature material and therefore must not be presented during a high temperature step. If an etching process follow the resist development, the etching process must be done at a suitably low temperature so that the resist is not damaged. This places some limitation on the etchant when selective etching is done. The etching can be done either by a wet chemical etchant or by dry etching techniques. Since different process agent and layer are involved. Different resist are required as different stage in a process sequence. The resist itself must not contribute to imputage, induce defect, or in any other way degrade the performance of the device being fabricated in the buffer. It must be possible to remove the hard resist when it is no longer required without adversely affecting the other layers present. The process of hard resist removal is called stripping. In photoresist, a specific chemical used in conjunction with a particular resist and is called a stripper. In certain cases, the resist is removed by plasma techniques. This is called plasma etching. Compound of photoresist. The photoresist used for IC fabrication have mainly three components. First is a resin or base material. Second is a photoactive components PAC. Third is a solvent that controls the mechanical properties. In positive photoresist, PAC act as the inhibitor before exposure. It shows the rate at which resist dissolve in developing solution. Upon exposure of light, a chemical process occurs by which inhibitor becomes synthesizer, which increase the dissolution rate of the photoresist. DQN positive photoresist. Currently, the most popular positive photoresist are referred to as DQN, means diazoxyquinone novolec. It has photoactive component, compound diazoxyquinone and matrix material novolec. In this structure of novolec is shown in figure. Novolec is a polymer whose monomer is an aromatic ring with two methyl groups and an OH group. Most novolec is used as a adhesive when making polywood by itself. It dissolves easily in a aqueous solution. Solvent are added to the resin to adjust the viscosity. This is an important parameter for the application of the resist to the buffer. Most of the solvent is evaporated from the resist before the exposure is done. The solvent used in positive photoresist are generally combination of aromatic compound such as various acetates and XY-lean. Second is diazoxyquinone. The structure of diazoxyquinone is shown in figure. The part of the molecule from SO2 down, which includes the two lower aromatic rings, is specific to particular resist manufacturer and plays only a secondary role in the exposure process. We will simply the DQ molecule by representing it with a generic R. In this state, the PAC means a photoactive compound, act as a inhibitor, reducing the dissolution rate of the resist in the developer by a factor of 10 or more. This occurs by a chemical bonding of the PAC and the novolec at the surface of the developer. In PAC, the nitrogen molecule N2 is weakly bonded. The addition of ultraviolet light will free the nitrogen molecules from the carbon ring, leaving behind highly reactive carbon side. One way to stabilize this structure is to move one carbon outside the ring. The oxygen atom is then covalently bounded to this external carbon atom. This process is called as Wolff arrangement. This resultant molecule is called kidney. In the presence of buffer, a final arrangement occurs in which double bond to this external carbon is replaced with single bond and an OH group. The final product is carboxylic acid. This complete process is shown in figure. The advantage of DQN is the unexposed area are unchanged by presence of developer because it does not penetrate the resist. The disadvantage of DQN is swelling. Swelling refers to the broadening of line width during development phase. Photoresist parameter. First is dose. The important parameter of photoresist are: first is dose. The dose theta is the photons or electrons incident on the unit area of resist and is given by product of the electron or photons intensity and the exposure time Tr. Ion dose can also be similarly defined for charged particle. The dose is usually expressed in coulombs per unit area, while for photons it is usually in energy, calories or joules per unit area. Second is sensitivity. Sensitivity refers to the amount of light energy necessary to create the chemical change. The more sensitive a photoresist, the faster is the process because for a given exposure intensity, a short exposure time is required. Third is resolution. Resolution refers to the smallest features that can be reproduced in a photoresist. Fourth is contrast. Contrast of photoresist is used to characterize the resist directly. The numerical value of contrast is gamma equal to 1 upon log 10 d100 upon d0. d100 d100 equal to lowest energy density for which all of resist is removed, and d0 equal to lowest energy density needed to begin photochemistry. Gamma is also given as gamma equal to 1 upon beta plus alpha Tr. Beta equal to dimension contrast, alpha equal to optical absorption coefficient of photoresist, and Tr equal to resist thickness. Reactive ion etching. Reactive ion etching has been developed to achieve a much higher selectivity than that achieved by ion milling. Reactive ion etching etches the buffer anisotropically. It is also called ion arrested etching or reactive sputter etching. In RIE, there are two systems commonly used. First is parallel plate reactor, second is the Haxold system. In parallel plate reactor, the natural electrode is attached to the chamber wall to enlarge its effective area, while in Haxold system, the sidewall itself acts as neutral electrode. First is parallel plate reactor. The plasma must contact the chamber wall. As the pressure increases, plasma space and hence plasma losses contact with wall. The parallel plate reactor is shown in figure. RIE is done at low plasma pressure where the means free path in the plasma is at least of the order of millimeter. So in this region there is good contact between plasma and walls. This results in large potential difference between plasma and power electrode. Second is the Haxold system. As the sidewall itself acts as neutral electrode, so the potential difference between plasma and power electrode is increased, and hence it increases the energy of ion bombardment also. The Haxold system is shown in figure. For anisotropically etching of silicon, chlorine-based plasma is frequently used. Chlorine-based plasma is also used to etch GAAS, and aluminum-based metallization or chloro- chlorinated plasma can also be used under RI condition. The etching rate of undoped silicon is very low in chlorine or Cl2. Ambient if ion bombardment is not present through heavily doped n-type silicon or polysilicon etches at high rates without bombardment it presents if Cl means chlorine but not in present of Cl2 chlorine dichloride. Problem associated with the reactive ion etching. First is formation of Al2O3. Aluminum is easily oxide to form Al2O3 which result in a lowering of the etch rate. To avoid this problem, a short sputter etched in AR or appropriate chemical RI can be used before beginning the Cl based RI. Second, metal origins. The presence of any chlorinated species should be removed from vacuum chambers, otherwise they react with moisture to form hydrochloric acid HCl, which may lead to metal corrosion. To avoid this problem, the buffer must be dipped into deionized water immediately after each. Third is volatilization of silicon. Volatilization of silicon or copper additives to the metal is another problem associated with RIE. For etching these components, the use of superficial aluminum is the etch chamber to provide sufficient amount of AlCl3 must be done. AlCl3 help in volatilizing copper chlorides. Fourth is resist erosion. The resist erosion due to Cl attack is another problem associated with RIE. To overcome this problem, the supply of chlorine resistant resist is made. Limitation of RIE. First is residue damage. The residue damage left in the substrate after etching in one of the limitation of RIE. Second is chemical contamination. Chemical contamination is another limitation of RIE. This contamination become more significant in polymerizing etcher. Third is gas phase particle deposition. Due to sputtering of the electrodes, chambers and fixtures in contact with plasma, metallic impurities such as FeNI, NaCr, K, Zn, etc. are deposited on the surface of buffer after etching. The overcoming these problems, some techniques have been developed. One of the technique for its removal include O2 plasma treatment followed by wet acid cleaning and H2 plasma treatment, but this may increase the complexity of the system. Fourth is physically damage and drive-in impurities. In RIE top 300 Armstrong depth portion of buffer is heavily damaged after reaching RIE process done in hydrogen environments also have SIS defect that can be observed electrically as deep as 400 Armstrong, and the difficult to remove such problem can be removed by initial cleaning followed by annealing at temperature of over 800 degrees centigrade. Thank you.